Okay, this is a test. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it to YouTube or not. Uh, I switched over. I have a dual boot system. I switched over to, what is it, Manjaro, or what in the heck is this? I forget. Linux. I haven't used it in a long time, and it updated big time. And it looks really better than I remembered before. I thought, yuck. But as of right now, I did a few things since I logged into Netflix and Amazon and a few things like that. Bang, and the video and everything looks really good. So I'm probably waiting for the other shoot, something to. And of course, it automatically, installed OBS. Um, and anyway, everything looks good. And of course, when OBS started up, that'd be the first time it started up on this. It had video capture, audio capture, and screen capture set up. Of course, I'm using the Logitech Brio camera. Feel like I got a little fever. I just bought what did I do with it? Brand new uh, temperature thing. There it is, way over there, but I don't have any pants on, so I can't walk over there. Uh, so, wow, the news is, been really unbelievable. Uh, Arrests apparently are happening across the United States because I just happened to walk through the other room and local news was on, and people are being. I'm in Texas. Some people are being arrested. The federal charge says here also on CNN. The first federal charges have been filed in the Capitol. Um, I saw in the local news that a guy who worked for some company as a lawyer no longer has a job because he showed up and had some part in this thing. So Nancy Pelosi has called upon the cabinet, or called upon, I guess, upon Vice President Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. If the president is deemed by a vote of cabinet to be impaired and not able to do his job, he can be removed until such time as he is capable to do his job. I think once that happens, though, it does have to go to Congress, and I'm not sure if it takes a two-thirds vote in each house, or I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember now. So I do hope that. I think there should be uh, penalties for when when you go too far, when you do too much, when you at a certain point. I mean, what happened in Washington D.C. That was not a protest. That was an attempted coup. That was insurrection, treason. Except actually, it's not treason because the damn treason law says you had to be assisting in some way a foreign power that is at war with the United States or something. So, but anyway, I would call it treason, insubordination, not insubordination, insurrection, so forth and so on. That first report the other day was that a 16-year-old girl had been shot in the neck, and I saw a video on redstate.com, a right-wing hate site. I went there to see. I used to go more often to this right-wing site, redstate.com, and in the very beginning, sure they had their point of view, and it was really right-wing, but there was you could get an idea where these people stood and why, and what, and then the person who was doing that I'm not sure if he sold the site or turned it over to other people. And then it became, there really wasn't much point in going there. I still did to get a little bit of an idea. But they had their, I guess everyone who was typing material for them must have had their computers set up, or because they weren't able to, if they typed teacher, it must have automatically been changed to left wing extremist, blah, blah, blah. I mean, and same with the union or union member or anything like that. That was changed to automatically if you're trying to type in, the Teamsters today would, are applying for, an increase in pay. The thing would be automatically changed, I think. The hoodlum, whatever. I mean, it was just kind of sickening that they were so stupid that reminded me of like Radio Moscow and Radio Peking and those in the old days on shortwave radio. They couldn't just say, they had to say, the imperialist, the warmongering, they couldn't say, well, the United States of America. They couldn't say the president. It always had to be, well, the imperialist, stuff. And that's the same thing they were doing. What was the difference between these? So, but anyway, then that somebody bought them a company. Well, they were having money from the very beginning. RedState.com has been begging for money all the time, and I can understand it. It costs a lot of money to do something like that. But then they were really hurting for money, and they weren't sure they were going to be able to make it. And a right-wing organization bought them out, and then there was an immediate change that was even worse. There was no. I stopped eventually, sort of going, because if there was bad news, something that wasn't good, like Trump. It wouldn't be even reported. You'd go there. All the other news sites would be reporting on such and such, and you'd go there to Red Wing or to RedState.com. There wouldn't even make any mention of it. And but I did go yesterday, and they were actually, reporting on what happened. Of course, with their slant, it was like, well, you know, you call these people that went into, the White House and smashed windows and blah, 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 and did all this kind of, well, you call them, terrorist or whatever, but when Black Lives Matter people, when they did something like that, that wasn't called, that was their defense. So I doubt I'll be going back there even anymore, but I was surprised. They were covering that. They did talk about it, whatever. So, but I do think these people that did this, there should be consequences, and it looks like there will be. Problem is, with about half of the nation being, Trump supporters, hardcore Trump supporters, how would you have them, how would you have a jury, because you only needed one person on a jury to vote no, and then, then they'd be able to walk out and say, hi, see, I didn't do anything wrong. The court ruled I didn't do anything wrong. But Trump's only got a couple more weeks, but I think if it could be done, I think the best thing would be, I don't think one of the cabinet members did another one. I think this is the second one this week, I believe. One of Trump's cabinet members, resigned effective immediately. So I don't think the cabinet is going to, vote him incompetent, even though he is and has been for 4 years or longer. So the only thing left would be for the House to impeach him, which they could do, but he's already been impeached once, but not, not removed from. And then it would go to the Senate. The Senate Republicans could drag their feet, and I mean he's going to be out of office in like 2 weeks, and then for the next 2 weeks, what is he? He's already urged his supporters to, he said he was going to walk with them to the White House and protest. Or he didn't walk. He went to, or not to the White House, to the Capitol. He went to the White House and sat down and watched TV. So I expect what he'll be doing now is issuing pardons like crazy. He'll pardon everybody around him. He'll pardon all these people who I'm not sure exactly how you would do that. I mean, he'd have to have the names and identification of these people in order to pardon them. But I imagine he'll probably pardon them. He'll pardon his family, and he'll pardon himself, which definitely would not be legal. So it would go to the courts, and he wouldn't be pardoned. And the situation is just getting worse and worse for him. There were a lot of people who, even though his actions have been deplorable, there was an awful lot of people. We don't want to, arrest a ex-president and do this and do that. I think now there are people. Okay, well, before this, no, I didn't want to. Have him arrested. Just wanted to say, oh, let me minimize this. Just wanted to, I'm sort of testing OBS here. I guess I will upload this. So I think now there are people that when he leaves, there were going to be tons of lawsuits and court cases that could have been brought against him. Now you're going to have, there was a lady that was killed. Of course, she was a Trump supporter. There was a picture and a little story about her, whatever, that I think it was her husband that said, she had her, in fact, in the picture, she had on a Make America Great hat and everything. So, I mean, she wasn't innocent. She was somebody, and apparently where it happened, she had to push her way, into that area, an area definitely that, people just don't get into, not supposed to get into, unless doors and windows are broken. And could be a lawsuit from that, and from who knows what else. A guy fell 30 feet. Of course, he was climbing. He had to get into. Yeah, but I mean, it's just everything is a disaster right now. And I think a lot of people are worried what will Trump do for the next 2 weeks? I mean, look what he caused here. And he was the cause of that. He told people to come. He told them he was going to go with them. I'll be walking over there with you. And then he went to, immediately. He didn't wait for the trouble to start. He just went to the White House and sat down and started watching TV. So, anyway, this looks, let's see, what in the heck, I ever get the name of this software? What is it called? Well, anyway, but I was thinking about like deleting this petition, because I hadn't been over here in months and months and months, but as soon as I came over, I was blown away by it. It's improved. They made some changes to it, and I'm wondering now what could I just be using this and minimum, using Windows 10 a little bit. Windows 10's been now been real flaky for me. I told you we're trying to load in the newest update, and it just keeps not being able to load it in. And since then, well, since that started, Windows is acting slow, and it's acting weird. Things happen. Browsers close or pop open or do stuff. So don't know. Anyway, a lot of software was loaded. Oh, here's all applications. Let's see what we have. Let's see, About Me, whole bunch of stuff here. Even Arduino, the thing a lot of people are doing. A lot of, you can work with this little. You can buy on Amazon individually, or you can buy the kit, and it's very easy to hook up things with it. Do all kinds of. I know, like ham radio operators are doing all kinds of stuff with it. So, but actually, they even have have the software for that installed. Catfish fire. Here's cheese. They take a photo. I just took a couple of photos. If I clicked it, it would compete with so anyway, I'm not going to, anyway, desktop, dictionary. Anyway, a ton of stuff. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will stop here. Please use my links below if you can. Some of you have been using it, and for like now 3 months in a row, it's been a little bit of money. $50 to $100 a month. 50, I think, one month, 60 or something, another month, $100. And I think it's 50 or 60 this coming month or something. So for the first time, I mean, that's more than I have all these videos on YouTube, and that's more a month. I'm making more a month from Amazon commissions than I'm not making anything from, YouTube. So anyway, do you want to see a little bit of the video? I'm not going to, let's see, let me show you this. I'm not sure how well it will translate to...
With swear words, we can cut, soothe, delight, frighten, insult, and seduce.
Here you go.
Have you ever actually met them, Rita? Check that.
No, I can't stand them if I'm being honest, but their fans are so thick they'll buy any age shite, present company included.
I think you mean excluded.
No, I don't.
I see.
Pop music isn't really my thing, truth be told. It's also fucking soulless now. I'm a classical head all the way, but I've been banned from trading the Clyburn.
Anyway, it doesn't look as video. Like I ran a little bit of a video from Netflix or, well, this is Netflix, and it really looked sharp, looked good. So maybe I should, no, I'm sort of kidding. Maybe I should just format my hard drive and just have this Linux version on there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Okay, where is OBS so I can stop it? Well, I got a feeling maybe that's not OBS. It is. Show, okay. Well, it's not showing. Full screen preview, okay, let's do that. Well, that's just showing, well, let's see, where's the controls? Look at this. Okay, I'm not sure how this is going to, close. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is a test. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it to YouTube or not. I switched over. I have a dual boot system. I switched over to, what is it, Manjaro, or what the heck is this? I forget. Linux. I haven't used it in a long time. Okay, this is a test. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it to